Good morning, my people. Good morning. The Bible says a closed mouth is a closed destiny, and I completely agree. Today, the 1st of August, 2024, the Nigerian young people, the Nigerian youth have decided to once again come out on the street to tell the government of the nation that the hardship is unacceptable. The streets of Lagos, the streets of Abuja, the streets of Port Harcourt, the street, every big major city in the country will be experiencing, well, I won't be the one to say, it's unfolding as we speak. Now, there have been divided opinions as to whether this strike or this protest is okay or not. One thing that is not disputable is the fact that there's unacceptable hardship in the country. My position has always been not the hardship, but the cause of the hardship. I don't like to talk about issues. I don't talk about the cause, the root of it, so that we can address it once and for all. On today's show, I'll be taking a look at some of them. I'll be sharing some with you. I'd like to see one part of it that really impressed me is the part that these kids have respect for the nation. Unfortunately, they didn't follow the president the current government new national anthem, but they did give us a beautiful national anthem. Let's take a look at that first before anything. Just let's watch this. All right, it's one nation bound in freedom. I love that national anthem. But anyway, we have a new national anthem now. That was the one we sang in our days, so I can also relate with that. Is the Arise will come patriot. Well, Nigerians is it really? Nigeria will hail this is the one we know. This is Arise will come patriot. For those of you see, this is not the white. Shut up. Don't talk to me anyhow. Well, is it okay with you? Streets is going to be polluted with young people today. And I don't want to threaten. I don't want to sound like a prophet of doom. But I think there are things we need to consider. But let's take a look at what the street is looking like already. Let's take a look at it.
I don't have money to buy whatever. There's total bad government. And I think I'm encouraging each and every one of us that the government has used propaganda, fake news to tell you that the protests have cancelled. Look at us on the street. The protests have not cancelled. We are on the street. It's 10 days. And if our demand is not being made, we will remain on the street till our demand is being made. Hunger has brought me out. Insecurity has brought me out. Poor housing has brought me out. A lot of things that is going on in this country. We can't just keep quiet as a nation.
All right. You can hear the guy speaking from his center. Don't bother about the English. Was he able to express himself? The answer is yes. Was it deep inside? Yes. So many things brought him out. There's poverty, there's insecurity, things that brought him on the street. He's saying that they won't leave until their demands are met. Now I'm waiting to ask the two difficult questions of this evening. But first, let's take a look at, I like to see how Lagos is looking like. Let's take a look at Lagos.
The police is making part of Havana, no bonding to a politician, no bonding of fire, anybody that wants to go to protest, and that's what they are saying. You can do your protest, but don't want violence, protest. I want not to protest. And we are living here, anybody that don't have we want to live and inspire ourselves. We don't want anybody to live here and go and start something else. So as we are living here, everybody should go back to their respective houses. Thank you. said they said they want to come and attack them. That was why we stayed there. And if we go there, they will say truly.
All right. That's an idea that these young people are out there, and as parents, where I assume that the Nigerian government should be playing the role of a parent today if they don't know they are one, is what do you do? If your children wake up and say, no, enough is enough, I know many of you are going to say it is politically motivated. Mr. Akpabio, who is politically motivating this? Are you saying there's no poverty, there's no hardship in the country? Is the hardship acceptable to you? That's the question everybody have to ask themselves. It's a matter of conscience. And the question is, yes, these kids are not supposed to come out and protest. What are the alternatives? What option have you given to them? And say, oh, young people, this is not the right thing to do. Let us follow this path. I've not seen any alternative in this case. And it's disheartening. And today we'll be taking a look at all that together here. And as a family, we're not going to look for anybody else. We're going to talk to one another. I really want to hear from you. This is sad. Now, my fear is this. And I really want to warn this again. And I want to play the very word of J.F. Kennedy. This is important for the president and those in power to know this morning. Let's take a look at this. And I like to play it small. He said, those who makes peaceful revolution impossible makes a violent one inevitable. Let me put it according to Professor John Small. John Small say, he that refuses a peaceful change makes a violent one inevitable. What are we doing? Don't forget, it's still very fresh in my memory. In 2020, young people came out to protest. I don't know how it got, but any protest can lead to something else. That's why we are so concerned that how we sure it will not be hijacked. Knowing that there's different kind of young people on the street. They are the educated ones and the ones who refuse to educate. Those ones will come and take advantage of this situation and maybe attempt to loot. And maybe the government too might want to call them bad names by infiltrating the system. They call them bad names. And what happened? You started shooting at them. You see, you got away with the last one. You might not get away always. But Mali said you can fool some people all the time. But you fool some people sometimes, but you can't fool all the people all the time. People are seeing the light. With this internet, when young people are communicating, there's too much information out there. If I were you, I would be worried. I want to talk to the government first as another statement. Maybe we can take it from there. We have a problem in our hands. These young people, if this protest stays for 10 days and nothing happened, like you rightly did, Mr. President, you were able to hand twist the labor man and he's gone. Today, you don't have labor to deal with, but is it not actually easier to deal with labor than to deal with these people? Because that of labor, they were saying, we're going on a strike. They didn't do anything. They just went home to sit at home. And you felt that is a very huge problem. You van twist that one. Ajero disappear. We don't want to see you anywhere. Disappear, Ajero. Now, these young people are now out here. Do you know where this will lead to? Supposing you shoot at them and it becomes something bigger than what you can handle. They are human beings. I could see what happened, the images that came out last year. As much as you kill, they were going to pick on you too and slaughter some of you. And at the end of the day, where are we going as a nation? Is this how we should be relating with our young people? That's a question for today. Let us make a peaceful change. Let us make a peaceful change the way forward. My opinion is the government should go immediately into negotiation. It's not that the president is going to say, let's reduce the bag of rice. You don't see the price of bag of rice all this time. No, these are things you cannot afford to do. I think one of the young people is right here with me this morning. I want to bring her quickly in. And it's really a very sad day for me because, frankly, I am nervous. I don't know where this could lead to. If these kids These young people you see out there, I'll try.
brought
I'll
me
try.
out.
You see, I'll try to keep it up. And I like even here they are advising themselves on what they need to do. These people, they're not stupid. They're not idiots. Look at them. This, in fact, on a good day, these people are supposed to be the leaders of the nation now. We're supposed to be resting. If you are a good parent, when your child is up to 40, you should be relaxed. Let them run the affairs of the state so we can rest. Except that our old cows, the gray hair everywhere, they're the one who want to run the affairs of the state. I have mine already. I take it cool. Sir, we need to be careful. Because if these young people, if these things, if we attempt to suppress them more, like I said, you suppress labor, you succeeded. If you suppress this one peacefully, maybe, if you attempt to hit at them and they begin to hit back, you will not be able to stay in that Nigeria. Because there's an instant you will shoot at somebody, the person will begin. So, this is what happened. I think, like I was talking about what's happening in Palestine and Israel. Oh, out of one small quarrel, they throw bomb at Israel. Israel throw bomb and he hit somebody. And the man and his wife, and maybe before you come back from work, your wife and your children are dead. What do you have left? You go and fight. So that is how the thing begin to escalate. And that's where we are. We don't want that. Because by the time you hunt one of them and they fed so bad, they will go out and then they will hurt you and then you hurt back and they will hurt you. Is that the way forward, Nigeria? I pray to Nigeria. I pray for Nigeria today. And those of you who call yourself pastors, collecting money from people, what role do you have to play in this case? Have you even had anything called conscience? Do you pray? Do you pray this time? I would have loved to see the men of God, the so-called can. I don't know what they call can for. Can you? You should be. Listen, let me bring in Mary. Mary, maybe I will have you this morning. I may have some understanding. Mary, how are you?
Hi, good morning, Daddy Chris.
Morning. What's going on in Abuja? You look different.
Abuja is just so calm right now. Like, it's even difficult to get taxi. Everywhere is just dry. Like, I don't even understand. All the roads are empty. From my side to East Area 11, everywhere is so empty. All the roads are cleared. You won't even see the taxi drivers if they are also part of the protest. Then coming to FCD, you see a lot of security personnel. They're out there with their van, their hillocks, safeguarding everywhere. But the street is actually empty.
Okay. But is there any protest? Because I got some videos from Abuja already. I mean, they will be somewhere. I know they'll be
They'll be in another part. They're another part of Abuja, but I don't know if they are coming to this area or they're actually maintaining a particular place. Because that was what Wiki was saying. Like, if they're going to do the protest, they should have a particular place they will stay. You understand? I'm not going everywhere. So.
Yeah, I mean, people like them wicked, they call themselves great leaders, and this is the effect. This is the result of great leadership. You know, all Wiki can do is dance and dance and dance at the expense of his own people. You know, these are really weak. The weak. You see, a great man will not leave this. A great president will not do what this man is doing now, and it's very unfortunate. Anyway, Mary, where do you see these things going? Is there any hope that? I asked yesterday, and I'm still going to ask again. Maybe I start from there. And I put a few things down on this my banner this morning. I said 3 things concern me, Mary, and I know you may not be the right person. You may not be able to answer them. I asked a question: who are the enemies here, according to these young people? Who are the enemies?
Even though we think the leaders are the enemies, we're also the enemies to ourselves. Because even the youth that are out there protesting, it is still their mothers that are coming out to say no to protest. So we actually, at the end of the day, we are still enemies to ourselves. In as much as we all see the leaders as our enemies who actually don't want the best for us, let's also see to the fact that we are also enemies to ourselves.
Yes,
because they collect money.
Yeah,
and
you come back. You know Nigerians, Mary. Let's put it this way. Don't worry. You know, I always say to Nigerians, Peter Tosh said it. Everybody want to go heaven, but nobody want dead. Everybody want to go to heaven, Mary, but nobody want to die. But how you going to die Are you going to go to heaven if you don't die? Jesus Christ died. God himself have to die for certain things to happen. God have to die for us to have salvation. It was not free. Salvation we have today, if those of us that believe, salvation did not come free. Somebody paid for it. And I was thinking that the death of Abiola, of MKO Abiola, was enough sacrifice to bring democracy to Nigeria. Obviously, it's not enough. I don't know how many blood you people want. Last time you sacrificed young people on the street of Lagos for this same thing. How long shall they kill our children? Parents, mothers, you are saying that your kids are stupid with this kind of destiny. Is that the time you grow up? Like I said, I was with Alhaji here, and we're recounting when we were in school, Mary, the kind of Nigeria where we grew up. There was Nigeria. Nigeria where it was not the kind of Nigeria where everybody are running out with speed. I had an interview with a lady here yesterday. The parents are still in Jos, and she was able to tell us the beauty of Nigeria, the things that is great, what she fall in love with in Nigeria. Those things are gone, and she could also pick out some of these things we are talking about. Even simple enabling environment, the government doesn't understand it. They speak the grammar in the House of Assembly. The presidency is okay to defend themselves, and at what cost? And the funniest thing, like you said, Mary, we are the first to say condemn the activities of these young people who are coming out to say, I wish we all say, okay, you know what, this protest, we're going to join these kids, but we're going to make sure it is non-violent. There will be no single fight. We will not pick any, but we will hold the country to ransom. For these 10 days, the president will not come out of Aso Rock. Nobody will move. You, Mr. Governor, stay in your office. Nigeria is out on the street. Every single one of us. We stay out on the street to protest. Maybe use it as a time of prayer. Let us ask God the mistake we have made, and nobody should move.
This kind of thing, you will not see Wicked today. Wicked won't come out today.
He there?
You saw him talk. Yes, you won't see today. You know, he said they should not use the square. He said they should not make use of the Eagle Square. He said they should not make use of the Eagle Square. But here, why did they bring people to come and safeguard their office?
Mary,
look at the kind of military outside there in their office.
Mary, you know what I love about all this? I know there's something going to happen in this country. Whether they like it or not, if they either accept the peaceful change or the violent one will come. But it is cheaper for us to go the peaceful one because we're civilized people. There's communication. Whatever that goes with violence, we end on the table. Let us negotiate it now. Let us make the right demands today. We don't need to kill ourselves first before we get there. History has taught us that no matter how much you kill yourself, the issue will still be ending up in the table where people talk and agree and we go home. Why don't we do that now? The president thing, maybe the government thing, they can continue to say, oh, don't worry, they will come out, they will go out and they will go home. A time will come, they will come out, they will not go home. You know, Mary, my problem is this. And I'm more angry with those Nigerians who are sitting at home today. I want to kick their asses today because that's why I'm on this show. People are out there, you say, it's not concern you.
What happened in NSAS that is actually affecting them now. Because they don't know if coming out might actually be risky for them. Because why is it that a lot of places...
Mary, but we are dead already. Mary, we are dead already. They can't buy food. They can't send children to school. They're dead already. This is not a way a man will live his life. You know, and you cannot, if there was nothing in the country and we are all suffering, it's understandable. But we do know that there are resources available for the Nigerian state, mismanaged in our face by some set of people. That is unacceptable. We refuse. Nigerian government has, over the years, just collect all your money and distribute it among themselves. That needs to stop. And we don't need to, you see, Mary, look at it today, the power which we have demonstrated as a human being. If these children fail, it's not the attempt that failed, it is those of you that sit at home that failed it. Because if we all come out today, Mary, just imagine, how many are they going to shoot? How many people can they shoot? If all Nigerians now, say 80% of us manage to come out today and say, today, no governor will move, no senator will move, nobody will move, you all stay at home. We're going to be on the street, we're going to cook for ourselves, we sit on the street, we sleep on the street. for 10 days. At the end, we'll be making demands. After 3 days, we'll be praying. The next 2 days, we'll be dancing. In the next 3 days, we'll make a demand. The president
Now
will
they are
resign.
saying
Either he
that
resign or he do what we say.
now they are saying that the import duties, that stopping the import duties is going to crash down food in the country. So they know that there are measures they're supposed to take. That if it's actually going to crash down the price of food in the country. But why didn't they put this energy at first before the protest talk came up?
The truth is the government don't know what to do. They are running around to try and save the day, but they are stupid. Because at the end of the day, Mary, what has import duty got to do with this? You are saying we're going to go and buy food because we are hungry, we're going to borrow. When you import this into your country, you are borrowing those things. It comes with a price, an effect on you. You see, when you pay, Mary, would it be so bad? Would it have been so bad if the federal government has declared that, hey, my children can't go to bed hungry anymore? Never in my time. My name is President Ahmed Tinubu. All of us will go to farm. Every single state will farm. We make it a priority. Every single local government will farm.
And not only Niger State. Why are you giving money to
the money is reducing from import duty. It's enough for us to farm. Go on.
It's only Niger State that have access to big land. Other people have lands as well, apart from Niger. So why are you putting the energy on Niger? On Niger State?
Do you need a village to farm? Do you need, in this technological age, come and see our farms here. The only place I've ever worked in my life is a greenhouse in Belgium, where we do tomatoes. Every 3 months, if you see the amount of tomatoes we pluck out of that small place. Do you still do that, all those olden days farming system? No. So, and if we want to do that, are you saying that the government are saying that we don't have the capability to farm? So there will be enough food in the land, and now you're releasing import duties so that we can continue to borrow. In fact, we will stay on the street until this people, and Nigerians, anytime you frustrate this attempt of this, those of you who are out there frustrating the attempt of these young people to try and tell the government to do the right thing, go on. Hungry go kill many of them. Because it's going to affect you and your children. It's not me. It's not even myself. The president is free. Hungry not going to beat Tinubu. Tinubu is maneuvering the oil money. It's comfortable. Tinubu can never suffer this. Unless we are hola. But you know, so easy, Mary. We can solve this problem as a family. We can come out today and say, no, what is going on is unacceptable. Let us, because the government doesn't seem to understand it. There is no nation that is going to survive on this premise, because what is really going on, Mary, that's why I said we need to ask, what are the causes of our problem? It's not the food. That's why I look at what the government is saying now. The government is still treating the problem as we are asking it. Why are we protesting food? No, we are protesting the cost of shortage of food. The causes, the things that make food not to be available on the table of Nigerians. That's what we're protesting. And if the president knows that we're protesting the cost, they will not be saying they're releasing import duties. The import duties is not the cause. The cause is we are not into farming. So if the government wants to solve the problem, if the government said today, every single state, and I promise you people, every single state and every local government and every cooperative, and we're not even going to pay more money, in the next 6 months, there will be enough, we'll be selling food. That is how simple it is, Mary. Do you know how people are? Oh no, Nigerians. We have, maybe that's the only reason why I said maybe we are not qualified to be a nation. How can this set of beautiful, sound-minded human beings go home hungry? How? And that is on one side. Maybe another thing, maybe this is still alien to me. I'm still trying to, what are their demands? What are they saying? What are the young people actually saying, Mary? Are they saying that they want the government to go? Are they saying that they want the government to do things differently? What are their specific demands? Because it's one thing to come and don't waste my time. Like,
you know, the thing is, I wish they are coming out to make a protest without defining it. It's a different thing. The protest is defined, right? The protest, they are making it because of the hardship in the country. So what they are saying is, bring down the price of foodstuffs. It's not that is causing this protest. So bring down the price of foodstuffs. If the president cannot do anything about it, it means that he does not know what he's supposed to do as a president. He should calm down, let another person try. That is what they are saying.
All right, I see. All right, the president, I don't know the one that is speaking now. And I kind of hear that. I wish they say,
I can
and
actually
then
hear
when the
noise
president say they should
outside.
give them some time, how does that work?
Okay, Daddy Chris, I think maybe you should
You can
remove
hear
me
noise
from.
outside, right?
Let me go out and see if I can get any video. Maybe I'll just add it on the
All right,
screen. Like,
let's see. Yes,
okay.
no one. Yes, join me. I'll join you on the street. All right, gentlemen, it's going to be a very interesting day right here on Srtv, where we're trying to follow up what is going on in the country. Like I said at the beginning, the street, every major street in Nigeria will be out there. People will out there today saying something with only one message to the government: the hardship is too much. I would just say, we want to know the cost of hardship, sir. That is by implication. They don't need to say it loud. They're giving you the reason why they're out there, that the hardship is too much. If you, Mr. President, know the truth, they're asking what are the causes of this hardship. And if I were you, sir, or any reasonable parents would have said, okay, these are the things I think are the cause. And I would have communicated. Tinubu, you sat there, you cannot handle the affairs of this country. You sat there. I don't know. Those people around you, they begin to clap for you. And you people are the demon. You people around Tinubu, because if Tinubu can see, can understand the feelings of people today, but how could you not? You have been outside protesting. You've been sponsoring protests. Tinubu has sponsored more protests than anybody I know. And today you are pretending as if you don't know the problem of the Nigerian state, that people are hungry on the street. Are you saying so? Maybe then you shouldn't be president. Well, that is what we are. The young people are demanding that you should address the issue now. First, let there be food on the table. And you see, Mr. President, this thing would have been so easy. I think like a fool, and I like to keep it so. If you had really engaged that every step, there are three basic things in life. Forget security. Security will be solved when all these things are in place. So I don't like to stop. People say, let's start from security. No, security is coming out as a result of all these difficulties. People are on the street today because of what? Is it because of security? Because of hunger, because of hardship. That's why they're on the street. And this is what's going to lead to the insecurity on the street today. So when we refuse to address these common human challenges, we're going to face challenge. We're going to face insecurity. It may be, and insecurity comes in different ways, and that's what we're experiencing today. But let's take a look at this carefully. I really want us to take a look at this very carefully. Insecurity, cancel it. For me, it's not a challenge. I don't believe in it because it can be solved. Is it not one of us? Once the person has food to eat, he won't come out and kill us. So let us start saying their basic things. If I'm the president, I'll start with the basic one. We need a house to stay. Housing. Because anybody that doesn't have roof over its head, it's likely a problem. Number two, food. Somebody with food and with house, we hardly make trouble. These are the two important things. And if you want to go further, you bring in health. If you are sick, you'll be treated. But by the time you have food and this, in fact, if you eat well and you have good housing, your possibility of getting sick will be reduced. And if I were to be president, I would then focus on education. But let's put it this way. But the two most important thing is food, housing. And now that this country is in this difficult state, supposing the president is saying, okay, like I said, let us all go into farming. Every king, you're coming to me to collect money, I ain't giving you money until you start to farm well. State, you won't get a penny. Take me to anywhere. In fact, Nigerians will be supporting you, Mr. President. There is no law. The law is made for us. If you say, this is against the law, which law? Law that is killing your people? You can say to the governors, boys, this is what we need to do now. We want to make a difference. Obasa just said it all. He said there's need for us to start doing things differently. Come on, sir. How about making food? And you know what I even said there? OMG. How can you not build housing, government of Nigeria? Every state, And banking on housing, all the money went when our state governor don't collect this month, last month, this they don't share and finish. They've shared it all. They've shared all. I about taking only 20% of that money and say, okay, every month, we build so number housing. What does it cost to build a house? Now you cannot employ people. Nigerian labor is very cheap. And you have some facilities and you begin to raise buildings in a month. Come and see what they're doing near me here. If the government is doing it, imagine the number of houses they will be able to build. Not those people build in the schools. So correct structures. And then you have a city plan. When you finish, you now rent it out to your staff, who no more suffer from housing, and you now collect that money from them. So by the time you build 10, and you collect the rent from them, from their salaries, and you add it to the ones you're going to contribute, the little 20% you get next month, you'll be able to build 30. And then this 30, you give it out, and you add to it in another few months. Only the proceeds from this housing will be building new housing. That's how a private man will do a business. Because if I use my money to build one house, I will still keep it to build 2, and I rent one out and build 3. By the time I build the 5th house, I'm sure the income from my housing will be building the 7th house or 6th or 7th house. That's how it's supposed to be. Would that be so magic? With the governors who are sitting on their fat asses, can they do that? Can the governors do that? Who are people talking about, man? Is this rocket science? Oh, it's a go to farm. It's rocket science, Mr. President. Then you're telling me. Because, what do you think is if you go and borrow food for us and you put us in more difficulties, is that the solution to the problem? Or why not? Go and borrow more, sir. And that is where we are, and that is how we got here. That is, in fact, I'm sure these young people, they don't just want to come out. Nobody is mad. Nobody is safe. They started with the national anthem. That's to tell you they believe in Nigeria. So you want to say these people are not patriotic? You are more patriotic than these young people? Demonstrate it, sir. By carrying our money abroad. Mr. Tinubu, you don't take treatment in Nigeria. In fact, in a good country, in ancient China, you'll be beheaded for taking the things of your own country to another place. Just taking that resources for treatment elsewhere. I cannot imagine a president in Nigeria, a British Prime Minister going outside for treatment, unless it's a very peculiar disease. Even riffraff, stupid councillors, they fly abroad for treatment in Nigeria. So where's the money coming from? If I were to be your president, nobody in office will take treatment outside the country. That's clear. Now let's come back to the most important thing, which is my pain. And I was almost buying your story, Mr. President, when I saw this beautiful rollout and they said student loan. Bob, sir, how much did you drop as student loan? 5 billion naira as loan to students. How much are you trying to build a house for your vice president? Nigerians, wanna cry you. We need to be crying. If the president can give 5 billion for the education of our young people who are going to take care, maybe he doesn't understand the importance of education, and now he could spend more than that to build a house for a vice president who already have a place. Where to do, man? What do you need that for? So how much are you spending on the private jet? How much is the student loan? Are you not insane? I'm talking of you. Then when we talk today, they say it's politically motivated. Motivated by who? You are an evil man. For thinking that way is, unfortunately, Mr. President, I have to talk to you today. I actually leave the state, but I'm looking at your activities today. Can't you rule a country? You cannot even come out and talk to these young people now in a way they will understand. Mr. President, everybody can make speeches, but when you come out and talk, they say the president has spoken. Baba, speak from your center. Talk to your children. Let them know that you are working, that this is the way to go. But articulate it, plan it. Do not say it. Be sincere with yourself. If you got one thing is, I always come on my program every day, and I said, I don't write anything. I have to be sincere with myself. I will say it as I feel it, and it will come from my center. If there's a mistake in it, I apologize. The president can solve the problems of the Nigerian state, and that is what you see. What I put at it. What are the demands? Are Nigerians demanding anything more than food on the table? Are they demanding anything more than a simple housing? The rest are luxury. No, it is in the psychic of any good nation to provide transportation. And in fact, government will be making money. Come to London. Come and see the transport for London, the number of people employed. It's not just a moral thing anymore. They're making money. If you don't pay, you won't jump on the London Underground. But if you're old, you have it for free. Can we have a nation, people? What are we doing? And only President Tinubu fly jet. The rest have nowhere to get to one place to the other. Those of you using private jet, you know I have issues with all of you. Who are you? Who are you? Where did you work money to buy a private jet? You fool. Who gave you the money? Where did you work the money? How much tax have you paid on that money? That you felt you can go and buy a private jet in a country that is bleeding. In fact, very many of you will be prosecuted. They go, in fact, they go cut on a penny to come out when they catch you now. Because your attitude, your behavior is unacceptable. No, in these difficult times, my brothers. We need to be sincere with one another. How are you going to tell a young man to behave? What moral standing? What do you have to now tell a young man, no, the thing is going to be better? Look at your lifestyle. Look at the houses. The houses that you see in Nigeria, some of the houses built. Nobody have been there for years. And nobody will be there. I was in Festac, and I saw Festac is a poor area in Lagos. I saw these mansions. They must be up to 10 bedrooms. I mean, talking about mansions. When you look at the other side, you see the rejected human beings. On this side, and you wonder if we are serving the same God. On Sunday, we all dress up and we're going to church. That's a beautiful man. I'm still confused. I'm confused. May God appeal to your mind. You know, people I didn't want to talk to today, the president and those of you who are sitting at home. You think, I know you're going to say, oh, the protesters, why not? They're going to keep people. The last time they're going to break my car. They are doing this, they are doing evil. Yes. That's because you sat at home. When people protest, where are you driving? Where are you driving to? People are protesting. Where are you going? Young people have come out. People are saying today is a day of protest. Are you saying you are against what they're saying? Give us your reasons. If you're not against it, then where are you driving to? Sit at home. Or join the team. Or else if you see you on the street, they can do anything to you. I won't be blaming them for that. Where are you going? Is it so bad to take these 10 days and say, let us sacrifice for Nigeria? And then there's the thing. All of you go to church. You want to get to heaven without dying. Jesus have to make sacrifice. Even God recognized sacrifice. That's why his son have to die for us to get salvation. You think you're going to get anything with that? Oh, you don't want to do anything. Manna will fall from heaven. Those days are gone. Manna ain't falling from heaven anymore. God has given you the manna in your hands. Take it. And that's what we're going to do as a nation. I'm going to really be looking forward to this moment where we Nigerians will say, let us, all of us, me, you, look at me and you, we come out and stand up for 10 days and say no to hardship. In unison, Mr. President, join the protest. And, oh God, if I were to be president, I will be out there on the streets for these 10 days. And I'm saying, let us sit down and solve Nigerian problem. They are not against me. Take it so, sir. These kids are not against you. They're against the difficulties, which sometimes you don't even have solution to. These are things you cannot solve. And you cannot solve it in Aso Rock, sitting down there and making some stupid law that they should bring in more food. importing food. Is that how you solve it? No. Let us come out. Our president said we are also on the street. We join hands with these young people. We hear what they're saying. At the end of these 10 days, we should be talking. Let us talk in these 10 days. Let us pray. In fact, president is out. Governors are out. We are all out. Come out. Let's talk about Nigeria. Let's solve the Nigerian state. Would that be so bad? Would that be so difficult? By the time you see this protest as an attempt or a coup against you, you are a foolish man. The last thing, for young people to come out and say this is what they want, and you say it's a coup, you are stupid. Because it's not a coup, actually it's a message. It's an opportunity for us to clean ourselves. There are certain things you have, sir, you don't need. Maybe at the end of these 10 days, we'll say, oh, why do I even need all these cars? I want to give some to the state. I want to give some so that things can go well. Is it not better for you to release 3 cars out of the 50 you have so that there will be peace in the country, so that you can drive or you have good roads to drive? I always say to people every day, I talk about individualism in my show, and I cannot stop it. Many of you want to buy good cars, and you can afford it. Good luck to you. But where's the road? That's why the president should join this protest. That's why the president should know this is not against him. We need to talk to one another. Most of you that have your cars, you don't have good roads to drive the beautiful car. Of what use is the car to you? And I dare say that I live in London. I wear my shoe without polish. I don't have shoe polish. I bought one and it's been there rusting. Because you can come on the street and walk, but Nigeria, you dare not. Before dust. In fact, I see Nigerians wear white, clean. They're the most clean people on earth because they get slave when they iron their clothes, which is fair enough. But by the time they come out, 2 minutes, there's dust everywhere. The clothes are dirty. Because we think of ourselves alone. You have a beautiful car, sir. That fine car you have, that Ferrari you drive, if you pass the mud road, Ferrari reaches. Now, in fact, we'll be removing dust, dirt from under the Ferrari. It's dead. You cannot succeed alone. This is an opportunity for all of us to come out on the street and talk to one another. It's not an attempt to kill you, Mr. President. This is not a coup against your government. Take it. That young people are expressing concern. There is true hardship. Maybe we can solve this problem if we think together. And for those of you sitting out there, thinking that, oh, what they're doing is it's not my business. In fact, your business past my own, past even the young people own. Those people are the people taking the blow for you. All you can do is actually come out too. So I'm saying today that every single Nigerian, governors, local government chairmen, president, ministers, commissioners, head of parastatals should all come out and join this protest. The protest will then be not young people against government, but people we saying no to hardship. Mr. President, we all want to say no, including you. We all come out and say, we are saying no to hardship. How about government singing that slogan with us? And if that is the case, then we'll be asking, okay, who is going to be responsible for this? Then we begin to find solution to our problem. What is the cause of it? How do we solve it? That becomes the result. Not rather than treating us as if we are enemies here. Who is your enemy? Your children are your enemies. Young people, your children, they are your enemies. They come out on the street to say something, go to shoot gun at them. They are your enemies. Are you not insane? Who does that? Who is politically, who is motivating to, who is interested in taking power from you? Unless you are telling me, unless you can sit down and let me know convincingly within your heart that there's no hardship in the country. So it's easy to look for an escape here. But I would rather take the step. I would rather take the right step. I would say to myself, you know what? There's truly hardship. Rather than seeing this as a coup against me, I want to join the protest. And this is where the problem will come in. Mr. President, I come on a show here one day. And I said, when this kind of things happen, it's an opportunity to introduce certain things that are not existing. There's no need for us. In fact, like I will be preaching like a president. I will be more than a pastor. I want to come into the leadership of Nigerian state like a pastor. I'm not preaching how you go to church. I'm preaching how to come together and build a nation. And my philosophy will be the coming together to build a great Nigeria. That's my job as a president. That's your job. It's not to share resources, Mr. President, but how to, and you can preach that message. You can make all of us pay more taxes by just, if people will go to church on Sunday and pay tithe, they will pay more taxes if they see the need for it. But somebody have to tell us. If the pastors sit on their asses and they didn't preach on make you feel guilty for not paying tithe, you won't be paying tithe, man. Adeboye, that Baba, when I just say gets it, where did the father, the most important relevant person, the most important, in fact, they look at the history of Nigeria, he's number one. The most influential person in the country. Today, they tell you, say, if you not pay tithe, you not go heaven. Baba, you fuck off for there, no verse. Big time. But anyway, but what I like about him is he was able to convince people to pay his tithe. Mr. President, if you do well, people will pay tithe to the state. Once people believe in something, they will make sacrifice for it. Nobody believes in Nigeria at the moment. And because you're not doing your job. Your job is not to sit down and take all your money and share. Your job is to preach the message of the Nigerian state. Look at young people are out today. They're telling you, look at even the composure. They started with national anthem. They are not going to say, we want this, we want that. Nigeria can be this, Nigeria can be that. And then you sit down on your ass and you say, oh, they are fighting you. Fighting you for what? What do they have against you? What do you have? Who are you to be? Who are you they should be fighting? They're fighting for survival, sir. That's something that you should be doing. And this is an opportunity for all of us. So those of you sitting at home, to come out and say, hey, now let us talk about a great Nigeria. We know the Nigeria can be great. Maybe it's time for us to say, okay, how about we now go into more mining? Let's see how many gold we have. No, this oil we're giving out, are we even treating it as seed money? Sanusi na my man. Sanusi said this oil which we are relying on today should be seed money. You know what seed? You plant it, so it begins to germinate. It's not money you share. All those you stupid governors waiting for allocation, you are the problem and it's not you actually. That is why we should be out on the street today to solve this problem. That the oil money should be treated as seed money. When the money comes, we either use it to grow the agri sector. Only 3 months of oil money, our agri don't boom. If Dangote, that refinery are fighting now, we can build refineries with our oil money. How can we collect this huge amount of oil money and we can't build refineries? Are you out of your mind? It's because you're sharing the money. How much comes to Nigeria a month? Daily. Then you cannot build a refinery. Are you guys joking? And you are Minister of Petroleum. Sir, that's the more reason. Even if we ask you to resign, we don't hate you. Because you're incompetent. And perhaps that is the more reason why you should get up now as a leader and say, okay, I'm going to join this protest. Maybe our problem really is the fact that some people don't pay tax. We don't pay tax to the nation. I can tell you categorically that in my, I'm currently, I was in Enfield and now I have another office in Barnet where I am broadcasting from this morning. My council tax is what they will use to take care of us. You pay the tax and you can see the effect of it. We're still crying here, but you will pay. That's your tithe to the state. In return, you see, nobody pay tithe for nothing. When Adeboye tell you pay your tithe, you know what they'll tell you? That prosperity will be yours. Even when they don't see it. The poor people that pay, they are not in school. But okay, some of them, they say they are prospering. So who know am I to challenge them? But prosperity will tell you, if you pay this tithe, prosperity is yours. Government, you need to tell us, don't come and just pay alone. If you pay this, you have a good road to drive your car. In fact, you will not need to fly your child abroad again to study. There will be good school. You need to demonstrate it. And every single Nigerian will be, in fact, they will beg you to remain the president. We don't need 50 presidents. We need somebody to lead us right. We'll be begging you, don't go, sir. Would that be so bad? And now you've seen young people coming out to protest, you see them as your enemy. That's the biggest disgrace I've ever seen. And we really need to be careful. I'm not going to stay on this show more than an hour today. And my message is simple. This process is not an act to condemn the government. You see, that's why I said it. I started this show. I outlined two things. I asked, who are the enemies? Young people, I'm still asking you this. Who are your enemies? Maybe if you listen to my broadcast this morning, I want you guys to learn this. Who are your enemies? Is the government your enemy? The government is your father. The Tinubu na your papa. Your father can never be your enemy. Obodori can never be your enemy. He's your brother. So he can never be your enemy. So your enemy is the cause of hardship. Let us identify it. Obodori should join you to fight the enemy. Oh, Mr. President, I don't know whether you listen to me. President is not my enemy. Tinubu should come out and join this protest and let us together fight the enemy. The enemy is out there. Maybe it's invisible, but we know him. Your name is hunger. Your name is poverty. And we know you now. We know how to defeat you. We're going to go into famine and we're going to defeat you, hunger. We're going to, we don't have a house, okay. We're going to spend 5 times of our money to build housing. And that will sustain itself. This is how you fight people. You don't fight your leaders. Your leaders are not your enemies. That's why I intentionally asked that question. Who are the enemies? So when you understand that, you'll be making specific demands. Tinubu, if you follow what I say, meaning young people coming out on the street, they're not really here for you. They're not against you. Young people, Baba Tinubu can never be your enemy. But Tinubu, you can't sit down there. You need to come out, and all of us need to come out and face this enemy. The enemy is making our life uncomfortable, Mr. Tinubu. Young people, it's making our life uncomfortable. We can't do it alone. Tinubu and you all must come together, and we're going to defeat this enemy. One straight blow. One, boom, it's gone. How can we go to bed hungry? How? I don't understand. I can't comprehend it. How can we go to bed hungry? In this country, there is food. In fact, I ask a question. So if Nigeria go to war today, there's no food bank where the country can be feeding on. Somebody who cannot go to farm, or things happen and they destroy all our farmland. Hungry will just kill all of us. No food bank. In the 21st century, we get problem. This is not the Tinubu problem. This is an organizational problem. This is a societal problem. Tinubu cannot solve it. Leave that, Baba. So we only need him to join. Baba, we need you to join this campaign. Together, we're going to identify that enemy who is hunger, and we're going to defeat that hunger. All of us. So this protest today, those of you say they are doing the wrong thing. No, they are doing the fighting for your ass. Join them. President Tinubu must come out and join this protest. Tinubu is not your enemy. I cannot demand this more. I cannot say this more. Your governor is not your enemy. He's even one of the scapegoats. Because he's stupid. Some of them are stupid. Yes, but it doesn't make him an enemy. If you bring him out, or if you understand who is our common enemy. So if you are a governor of a state and your state is doing well, how do you feel that you come out, your soul, the praise alone, the praise alone, the good words alone will feed your soul. You will not eat for 3 days and you will never be hungry physically. I can promise you, I've been at days where I don't eat and I feel satisfied. Just because I've accomplished something. Can you do that, Mr. President, Mr. Governor, commissioners, local government chairman? Can you think along that line that your spirit need a better food than the food you put in your mouth, than the women you sleep with? It's called the food of the soul. And if you want to be like God, when people begin to sing and praise you, your spirit will be dancing. Whether you are dead or alive, these ones don't die. The feeding of the soul never dies because the soul lives forever. Anytime you're dead and people remember you and they say good things about you, your soul is being fed. If they curse them, your soul, they die. You know what is a dead soul? It's a soul that is being cursed. He said, good die, this and that. See, if you know it better pass you, it better pass that person. Pray that people don't say those things against you. And what they're saying, the mouth of man is the mouth of God, unfortunately. Anyway, so I'm gonna say I have a little message, and I only put it in two ways. Who are the enemies? What are we asking? Who are the enemies? What are we asking for? Who are the enemies and what are we asking for? Mr. President, you're not the enemy. Mr. Governor, you're not the enemy. Young people are not your enemies. There's no political tune here. I don't even want to care. So sometimes God will use you to start something. So if a politician started this, God, thanks to him. But we do know that we have a problem. He help us to identify it. So what? No. We know our problem. We're going to solve it. And our problem is not Tinubu. He might be mismanaging some things in a stupid way, but he's just a stupid old man. I'll take that from him. But he's not the problem. Our problem is a society that is not growing, a society that is not feeding itself. If we understand that, we need Tinubu, we need everybody to come out and solve that problem today. A society that cannot build housing. You know what it is? In those days, my people, in those days, the village African setting, the peer mates will gather and say, today is the day for me to build my house. The friends will all gather, they will come and build a house for one of themselves. And that one will have a house. Maybe the father gave him a small place. And everybody go there and build the house. That is his home. Then the next day, all of them will gather and do. People were coming together to build houses for themselves. There was no government at that time doing anything. Today, now that we have so much oil money, can we use that as a seed money to begin to build houses and accommodate ourselves? How can we have problem with housing? We have the hands to build the house. We have the technology to build houses. We have the money to build houses. We have and we don't have place to sleep. What kind of people are we? And you're looking for juju. Now juju, they cost you. Now juju cost this one. Mary, I can't wait to join you. Are you out on the street there already?
Sent you some videos though. I sent some videos to you. I don't know if you can play them.
All right. It might be difficult. I will try and see what I do when I go on a break. But how is the street of Abuja right now?
Like that noise was actually coming from FCDA. The video I sent to you, see some cars that were trooping inside. So, but this particular place is just calm. You understand? You won't see much people here.
All right. So, but why these many cars are people are going about their business? Because I can see cars driving left, right.
You said
it's like the cars are driving; they're still moving everywhere. So people are moving.
Yeah, there are people that are inside the FCD. Some are coming out, some are going in.
All right. Let's see how the thing unfolds. I know Mary is in one small part of Abuja at the moment, which is interesting.
The thing is, the process is not holding on this particular side here in Abuja.
All right.
You understand? It's holding, but not here. You will even see the canopy. I'm coming. I don't know if you are seeing it. The canopy.
Yes. Yeah.
Are you seeing it?
Yeah, that's what the canopy is. Yes, far away. We can see it from inside. Where is that? And who are those people like SS Men?
Okay, let me.
That's how they.
You said?
Who are those gentlemen on the other side of the road?
Okay, there are some military people quarreling. This one is military people quarreling. I don't know if you are getting them. Are you seeing them?
Yeah, I can see them. Yes.
Okay. So that one is different. Okay. Right. What about this one?
Yeah, these are the canopies. I can see. Is there no canopies in there? Yeah, I should think so. All right, well, you know what we'll do? I'm going to go on a quick break. We're coming back right now to join you. Don't go away, Mary. Stay there. Because what I would love to see is maybe you could go around the FCDA and see what.
Can you see what I'm showing you?
Oh, yes, I can see those people. Are they? Who are these people, Mary? It's quite far, though.
You said?
I said you're far away from them. I don't go to them. Are these military men or what? Who are they?
They are the ones making the noise. I don't know if you are seeing it inside FCDA.
Okay, inside the camp. Are they? All right. Are they security personnel? What kind of canopies are all these? Are they dancing? There's celebration going on there. What did you
Um,
try to jump the fence, young woman?
when I say the street is calm, this is the
Yes.
street.
All right.
Nothing much.
Yes. It's good. It's good. Anyway, let's go on a
Nothing.
break, Mary. When we come back, we're going to identify the enemies. We're going to go to them where they are. Let me go on a quick break.
Okay.
We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere, people. It is August 1st, the first day of the protest in 2024, when Nigerian youth came out on the street to say enough is enough. And I am here that the Christians protesting, joining the protest and crying to, like John the Baptist in the wilderness, saying that, hey, Mr. President, you are not the enemy. Mr. President, you are not the enemy. Mr. President, you are not the enemy. And young people, President is not your enemy. Mr. President, young people can never be your enemy. These are your children. If we come together, this is a wake-up call for every single one of us to come out and say, what is the problem of change? That's why I asked the question, who are the enemies? Don't go away. When I come back, I'll be addressing that little part of it, and I'll focus on that thing. Only the theme of the day, who are the enemies and how do we attack the enemies? Maybe if we do that, we'll all be talking as friends. Don't go away. Stay with us.
Looking for a home away from home in Abuja? Look no further than Srtv Shortlet Apartments. Our fully furnished apartments offers everything you need for a comfortable and relaxing stay. Unwind in spacious rooms with exquisite ambience. Cook delicious meals in our well-equipped kitchen and relax in our comfortable sitting rooms watching your favorite shows. And guess what? 247 Wi-Fi available. But that's not all. Srtv goes extra mile by providing a car to take you around town during your stay. No need to worry about navigating public transportation or hailing taxis. Explore Abuja at your own pace. Book your Srtv Shortlet apartment today and experience the perfect blend of comfort and convenience. You can reach us by calling this number 070-6237-9915 or 080-7082-7331.
Anyway, people, welcome back. My name is Daddy Chris, and yes, it is Wake Up Nigeria, and I've been here trying to take a look at the protests in Nigeria. And all I can say is only two things really. And I'm really going to end the show, and I'm going to start it again because I'll end it with it. I only call on Nigerians and ask this difficult question. For those of you saying, I know they're divided opinion for and against the protest. That's not the same material to me. But what I really want to know is that we are Nigerians. We have a common challenge. We have a common destiny. The president cannot be my problem. Shouldn't be my problem. It can never be my enemy. He might be a problem and become make an enemy, which is not necessary. Now today, I want to take my mind off that the president is not your enemy. The president is having the same challenge because the president would really want a country, and I'm sure if Tinubu know what to do, he would have solved it. And I'm really saying this. Every time when I ask people, that's the first question I ask. Everybody that is always anti-government, I say, do you think the president know what to do and is not doing it? Are they just wicked? The truth is they don't know what to do. The job is a hard job. Nobody, presidency, everywhere in the world, leadership is a hard one. So he is not our enemy here. And he should not make himself an enemy. Mr. President, you are not our enemy. We have a common challenge. There's hunger in the land. There's lack of housing. There is, in fact, I don't want to mention insecurity because insecurity will be solved when we have all these things in place. There will not be need for people to go on the street and begin to kidnap people. Who does that? Who wake up in the morning and say, my job is to kidnap people? Nobody does that. So, and that is the thing I want us to understand. Our problem is not that. So we're going to try and identify that. So our problem is not the president. Our demands today should be, we want to get rid of hunger. And by so doing, we want everybody to go out and work. Never again in the history of our land should anybody be made president and his job is just to share our money. His job should be used to use the money to sow. Sow. It's time of sowing so that our children can reap. That is where I will be ending my show today. But before I quickly do that, let me take a look at some of the newspapers with you. And I think it would be nice. Very unfortunate, I still have to cut to this, that is the end of the road. for for our women at the Olympics. I'm not following this Olympics. What are they? Let me remove what I demand. Let me just follow them. It's a sad day. They're out anyway. They fought well. They did their best. If everybody is doing all this for the country, but I'm proud of the women. But I was wondering, do the men even make it to the Olympics? I was wondering. I really lost interest because I'm only going to watch a 100 meters race. And like I said before, because Africa has lost or continue to enslave or continue to make slavery a part of their destiny. You know, this is the problem. We love to use people as slaves in Africa. And that is we see that in the Olympics. Go and look at the people who represent Nigeria in the 100 meters. There is no time an African nation will win the Olympic 100 meters. You know why? It's not because we don't have the talent, but we cannot groom them. We don't know what it means. That when you sow seed, it's going to come out in the Olympics. It's not the money they win in the Olympics that is exciting the nation. It's the fact that their nation won it. It's a message of the growth of a nation. Jamaica, as small as it is, will come out and produce people who run because those are the children you people sowed. And we won't stop selling now. In my time, in fact, when the slavery ended and the colonial time left, when we were in school, we were attracting foreign teachers to the land. Today, our little ones that are trained, medical doctors we are sending them out on exile, selling them again. And we call it the Japa. What is Japa? This is another form of slavery, sending your children abroad. The implication is when Olympics come, there will be nobody to represent you. The implication is when you are sick, there will be nobody to treat you. Cholera of all things is killing us. Can you imagine? Cholera or Goju. So this is where we find ourselves, and we need to stop it. And Mr. President, when they say you are not the problem, you don't understand it. You're not the enemy. And it's very important that we understand this today. Mr. President is not the enemy. Look at the Olympics. That we cannot do well in the Olympics is our enemy. And the question is, our demand is, what do we do to make sure that in the next Olympics, we're going to get 100 meters? That's all you think. It's not the president. The president is handicapped. And he's dancing in his own masquerade within his own backyard, not knowing what to do. And he thinks he's president. I don't know where they are to go. Do you understand what it means to lead a country called Nigeria? The biggest black nation on earth. That you cannot be productive. You're a curse. And that's not to say you're an enemy. Some of them, I see them as stupid. Because I will not be a president of a great nation and begin to use a helicopter, use flight, private jet at the expense of my people. When I know that with this money could have been used, could have been sold, Mr. President looking for his own new jet to go around the world, that money would have gone into agriculture. What's he going to do with private jet? Aeroplane when they drive, carry people not carry you. Which ass you get? What you sheep, man. I see very many of you, those of you are stealing money from the states, from your state, from your this thing, you are using private jet. What do you do with private jets, sir? These are nothing. That's why this protest is important. We need to come out and we need to talk to ourselves. That this money we're putting here, the money the president wants to use to build one building out for vice president, they go, no, we don't need that. And it's not time to fight. It's time to put this money together. The small money we shall do to remain. Don't run up them, bring them together. Let us grow our economy. Let us farm. Let us build, let us have housing. Let our children go to good school so that tomorrow they will have the right education. We will not, and when the Olympics come, our sports sector would have been so robust that we're going to win the 100 meter race. It's possible because Toby is doing it. I can tell you don't know where Toby for do her training. You're not there. You're not there. What kind of people are we? So we can do better. And if we can understand and we can think along this line, it's my sincere belief that we'll be doing great things. And I would like to take a look at you see, why will government not urge restraint? As you can see, the top the headlines is the protest As protest begins, government urge restraint. And for those of you who have a planned holiday, and you say, oh, I cannot go out now, this protest, Jesus Christ died for you. For those of you that believe, he died so that you may live. Jesus Christ not get holiday when he won't go, when he's ready to die for you. I mean, Jesus Christ not get life, he not get children to take care of. He sacrificed all those and died for you. And today, when people are protesting, saying, for your selfish reason, you are saying they should not protest. Now your children, you plan for, I've been on yourself alone. It's a question. I'm not best for me. I have to say the things as I say it. Anyway, that is by the way, and I'm like, I like this one. This guy that said, anxiety is in state as protesters insist. Ignore government appeal. Does the government appeal? Is that how you appeal? What do you do, Tinubu? Don't protest. No, I say, President Tinubu, come and tell these young people that you feel you can understand and really believe it, that I'm coming on the street with you and we are going to solve this problem. Not me alone. We. Always use the word we. Carry them along. Talk to children. Talk to your people. These are the people, you see, sometimes we are so stupid, Mr. President, that we go and borrow money. The money, I come on the show one day, I say, every money you're going to borrow from the World Bank is in Nigeria. There's no money if we want to invest to do agriculture. We don't need to bring money from abroad. We have the money in Nigeria. If we invest within ourselves, and Nigeria Agric will blossom. We've tried that in the cooperatives. Simple cooperative have changed lives. Imagine if the government can preach that message. So you're telling me we don't have any. We don't need to borrow because we have enough. And the small oil, thank God, God gave us oil, which we cannot use to take what we don't have. And it shouldn't be coming in cash. It should come in things what we don't have. We're giving them what they don't have, which is oil. We should be taking what they don't have, what we don't have, not take cash so they can go, so that some fools can go and get married with it. I am still of the belief that we should stop taking cash for no reason. The cash should be out of it. Anyway, that is what the Guardian is saying. I always like Tribune says security beef up in state, of course. So there's policemen, SSC, in show of force. Who are they forcing? They use the word force. Again, I understand the government anxiety, I understand the fear, but only president would have solved this problem by just saying, I am on the street with you young people. We're going to solve this problem. This is no time to fight. Whatever you throw at him, president will be laughing. Son, we have a problem. Our problem is hunger. This is what I think, and I want you people to be part of it. What do we do? Those of you in Delta, I want you to do this. Those of you in this is what I propose. You start to talk, preach like a pastor, and you'll be surprised, Mr. President, what you will get. And I believe in that strongly. Well, I'm going to just take a look at the Vanguard. I know Vanguard is saying the same thing, that protesters urge to leave room for dialogue as police deploy. Leave room for dialogue. Mr. President, these people that tell you they want protest dialogue. They didn't have leave room for dialogue. Are you going to be in your backyard and dialogue with them? Come out and dialogue with them. Exactly what I'm saying. Did they not leave room for dialogue? Did they see you and did they come to Aso Rock to throw stone at you? Did they say you must go? They're saying that the hardship is too much. Is that a really bad message from young people? That you, all of you who have some money already, who think your money will never be finished, cannot come out and support them? What a shameful nation. What a shameful generation. I don't know what you will tell your children when they grow up. Anyway, let me just take a look at Punch. And that'll be last, of course. Tension, food prices rises as hunger protests begin today. Well, that is, it begins today, and it begins today. Well, I'm going to say this one more time, and I believe it, and I'm going to say the question again. It's very important. It's very, very important. Anybody that watches this show, they're going to take one thing home. The president is not your enemy. The young people are not your enemy. Your enemy is hunger. If the president and young people come together, we can defeat hunger. So in making demands, young people, let your demand be clear. We're not saying, President, you must die. You must do this. You need him. But President, together, we are all going to use that oil money. Because this is it. God gave it all us, and God bless us with oil. as we give the oil, it shouldn't be coming with cash. We should only be taking what we don't have. Otherwise, we leave our oil alone. Because together, if there's no oil, we'll be feeding ourselves. If we must give the oil out, it will be to take what we don't have, not to take money. What is money? Are you out of your mind? Never again must oil be sold for money. Oil will be in exchange for that what we need. If we need some tractors, if we need some people to come and work with us, and we will take on their skill, if we have to steal their technology, we will. Akpabio, you and those your people, when they use foreign cars, we go solve that problem another day. You know, same motor day. Mr. President, you that they look for private jet, I know say you not get Nigerian Airways, but at least Peace Airways there. If you want to go, use them. Pay the money to that Nigerian guy. You go take and buy more aircraft. Are you people really insane? Why would you want to give your money to people? British Airways, like I always say one day, I will not use them not because I have anything against them, because if I have a show, they don't come and support me. If I have Nigerian airline, they will be the one supporting my shows. Why would I want to put my money there? Because the money belongs to Nigeria. He's one of me. I was doing this show now and I moved around. I saw Nigerians coming out to work because they're Nigerians. Why would I not patronize them? Anyway, I'm going to do that on another day. But let's quickly end the show here because people are waiting. People bad eye, don't too much. I will say this again. Young people, do not attack. Do not attack one another. That person you're attacking is not your enemy. But anybody that refuses to join this protest should be treated as an enemy. You know why? Because you have just destroyed something unique. Something unique. But if we all come together, the president come together, everybody come together, and we sit down, and I say this hunger must leave the land. It go wrong, no? If we say hunger must leave the land, hunger will disappear. If we say there will be no insecurity today in Nigeria, who born now? If all of us speak in uniform, say nobody can kidnap us, where they want kidnap us go, we will all come out. That one person kidnap is a kidnap on the nation. We begin to pursue these children. They will stop it. I'm not going to stop it alone. The president can't do it alone. That is why we should all use this protest as an opportunity to come together and talk to one another. That's why I'm going to end the show today. My name is Adi Chris, and I'm going to say good luck to every one of us. Or those of you that are out there, please keep it safe. Nigerian government, stop any threat. Don't shoot at them. Young people, do not destroy yourself. Do not destroy government properties. Go out on the street, and I hope that the president will be out there with you, and the governors will be out there with you, so that we all can talk and save this great nation from doom. My name is Adi Chris. I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.
Looking for a home away from home in Abuja? Look no further than Srtv Shortlet Apartments. Our fully furnished apartments offers everything you need for a comfortable and relaxing stay. Unwind in spacious rooms with exquisite ambience. Cook delicious meals in our well-equipped kitchen and relax in our comfortable sitting rooms watching your favorite shows. And guess what? 247 Wi-Fi available. But that's not all. Srtv goes extra mile by providing a car to take you around town during your stay. No need to worry about navigating public transportation or hailing taxis. Explore Abuja at your own pace. Book your
Srtv. Innovative content.